In today's video, we're going to be transforming this 2018 Yamaha YZ125 from this to this. You're going to see this thing from start to finish, how much we bought the bike for, how much we spent on parts, and our overall profit when we sell it at the end of the video. And just like all the other bikes that I build and flip, the goal is to minimize how much we spend, that way we can maximize our profit. But we're not going to cut corners. We're not putting lipstick on a pig here. We're still going through this thing top to bottom. That way when we make sure we sell this thing, we're selling a bike that we're proud of, that's going to run amazing and look really good in the process. Let's jump right into it. Wow, this thing looks a million times better once we got all those plastics and that gas tank off. Let's get this thing outside and get it washed up. We got the bike back in the shop after getting it cleaned up, and it already looks a million times better. This is a perfect opportunity with it all kind of stripped down like this to start going over and figuring out all the things that we're gonna need to buy for it, what we're gonna need to replace, and all the work that we're gonna be doing. Let's go ahead and make a list. All right, we are having some problems getting the swing arm off. This bolt is just completely seized up in here. As you can see, the swing arm just barely moves and doesn't even move up and down. I was hitting on it with a hammer pretty good and it just did not budge at all. So before I start just wailing on this thing and potentially breaking something, I'm gonna spray some PB Blaster in there, let it sit overnight, and we'll give it another try tomorrow. All right, I have officially given up on the hammer method. This thing is not moving, and before I screw anything up, I'm gonna get out the shop press.
Anything.
All right, so after how long have we been working on this thing?
Many hours.
Many hours, days. We had it soaking back here for probably about a week and a half with PB Blaster.
Yeah, she's working now. She's going. So here we go. Take a look.
Nice. We've got movement.
Ooh, she is dry in there in the middle. There you go.
Woo!
Out of there.
Hey, there it is. take a look at the silencer. This is the FMF Shorty. The stickers are kind of peeling off, so we've got some new ones of those. But this bolt here looks like it has stripped out at some point, so let's go ahead and start working on this. Yes, I know you can still see some of the little dents that we have in here, but overall, this thing turned out amazing. I torched all the welds to give it that kind of blue appearance. I think it looks really good. Put a layer of WD-40 on here. This thing is protected, shiny, ready to go back on the bike, and a lot better than spending $200 or $300 on a new pipe. This is by far my favorite part of the bike build, is when we got it all laid out, ready to get put back together. Bearings replaced, everything's been cleaned, so let's get the foot pegs on the frame, get it up on the stand, that way we can drop the motor in and start getting this whole bike back together. Time to get some tires on this bike. We're going with the Kenda Millville 2s. These are a great soft intermediate tire. Let's go ahead and get these things mounted up. So a big problem is these Yamaha clutch covers get worn down really bad. They look terrible. You can either refinish them, buy a new one, that's like $100, but I found a better solution, and it's these engine cover guards. These are like 15 bucks over at Prime MX. You guys can pick these up. They got grip tape, all kinds of stuff. Basically, it's just gonna stick on here and cover up kind of the bad looking worn down cover. I'm usually not a huge fan of putting stickers over stuff like this, but I think this is gonna look really good. So let's go ahead, get this thing on here and check it out. This is by far my favorite part of the bike build, is when we got everything all done and ready for the final step, and that is plastics and graphics. Once that is done, all we gotta do is put some fluids in here, some gas, and fire this thing up. But man, this thing is looking good. I'm so happy how it's turned out. I cannot wait for you guys to see what this thing looks like once we get the plastics and graphics on here. Let's do it. This is a 2018 YZ125, but we want to refresh this thing and make it look like a brand new 2024. So we just picked ourselves up a Polysport Restyle kit. Let's check this thing out. Make sure things aren't too boring. We've got a blue front fender and blue front number plate to throw in with this kit. Now these are actually for the YZ250 and 450F, the newest model. So they're a little bit different than what comes on the two-stroke models, but I think it's gonna look really good. Moto absolutely killed it with the graphics kit. I think you guys are going to love what they put together for us. So let's get these things unwrapped. Let's get the graphics kit on there and see how good it looks. There it is. The bike turned out amazing. I'm really happy how the whole graphics kit came together with kind of the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha, but kind of that stock look. We got the new 2024 front end on here. I think it really looks good. 100% ready to go. It runs great, starts right up. I cannot wait to get this thing sold. So let's go ahead and get it listed on Facebook Marketplace. All right, we've had the bike listed for about a week and a half on Facebook. I've been getting a ton of interest, but nothing too serious, till a guy messaged me about 2 days ago. He said he really wanted to get the bike for his son, offered to send me a $100 PayPal deposit to hold it until today. He's on his way here right now, so fingers crossed. He loves the bike and he takes it home. And there you have it. The bike is gone. $3,800 of cold hard cash. Very exciting. The parents actually bought this for their 12-year-old son for Christmas. So they're going to be taking it home, hiding it in the garage, and then on Christmas morning, their son is going to, go out and find it. So that's very, very exciting. This is kind of a first-time dirt bike family. So I kind of offered my assistance and my help, made sure to give them my contact information. That way they have any questions, just kind of throughout the process of getting into motocross, so that they can use me as a resource. So I was very happy that this bike was able to go to a great home. Let's go ahead and run the numbers on our deal here and see how we did. Bought the bike for $2,000, had about $700 in parts, and I sold about $100 worth of extra parts like the gas tank on MX Locker, listed it for $42, sold it for $38, and that gives us an overall profit of $1,200.13. I usually aim for about $1,000 profit on these flips, so this one was a total success.